In the flyweight division at UFC Vegas 104, you got Daniel Barez taking on Andre Lima. Barez 17-6, Lima from Brazil 10-0. So it's Spain versus Brazil in this one. The Brazilian 1 inch taller at 5'7". He's 26, Barez 36. So lopsided age. We've seen this in other fights on this card. Highly interesting. Lima 2 inch reach advantage. Both guys stand right-handed. Now Barez 4.1 significant strikes per minute to just 3 per minute for Lima. And both guys got a takedown game. Barez 2 takedowns every 3 rounds. Lima 1 every 3. Barez also 92% takedown defense in 3 UFC fights. He gave up 1 to Jafel Filho, which led to the arm triangle submission. He gave that up. He lost that fight. Lost to Carlos Hernandez at the Contender Series by split decision, despite having 5 takedowns to none. Got outstruck by Victor Altamirano and won, by unanimous decision. So sometimes these fights, you look at the numbers and it's like they go one way, but the other fighter wins. So again, these fights always come down to round by round. Lima 73% takedown defense. He's been perfect so far, winning at the Contender Series by decision. There was a DQ situation against Igor Severino, so don't count that. He beat Mitch Raposo by split decision, 51-32 in significant strikes. He beat Felipe Dos Santos. Not on the feet. He trailed 38-18, but had 2 takedowns to none. So this fight is going to come down to likely the takedown game. And the fact that, see, the thing is here is that you look at the numbers like I normally do with everything, and I take them into consideration. But the fact is, even though Lima has lower numbers in most areas here, right? Lower numbers in terms of significant strikes per minute, in terms of the takedown game. But he's won every fight that he's fought in. That means something. And we're seeing this in 3 or 4 fights on this card. An older veteran has some losses, struggling a little bit. The new young up-and-comer undefeated. And in each of these fights, we've been consistent. We're going with the young up-and-comer on this card. This is like Contender Series 2.0 when you get to these UFC Vegas events. And some of them are like a flip of a coin despite the odds. But I like Lima to win this fight. I'm not going against him. He's won 4 in a row in a UFC type setting if you include the Contender Series. So I like him to win this fight and move to 11-0. It's hard to say how. He should shine more on the ground. I think that's the angle. He should land more takedowns. He should dominate on the ground. The significant strikes haven't been there except against Mitch Raposo. So we'll see if he can replicate that. But that was only a split decision victory. So again, this fight could be closer than the odds. There are some dogs on here to consider, and Barez is one of them. But I'm not willing to take him in a head-up situation. I like Lima to win and move to 11-0. The Brazilian remains undefeated, in my opinion, flyweight division, UFC Vegas 104.